number uno. Wow, he is so nice. I mean, look at the blue skies and the sunlight's coming down on me right now. Yeah. New car, actually. Maybe I should do a YouTube video on that. I'm super excited. Hey Glam Fam, welcome back to my page. And if you've just found my page and you're new here, thank you so much for watching. If you don't know me, I'm Glamariis, locked and vegan. I am all about giving tips and tricks and hacks from my journey being locked and vegan. So I highly suggest that you subscribe, like, and share this video if these are journeys that you are interested in joining or are already on. I want to start a series on my YouTube that gives a little bit more education rather than just like show, hairstyle, but more informative. I'm going to start with locks because that's the main component of my page and more people are locked rather than vegan. I'm going to do a 30-day series of loc tips, and these could be tips that I'm learning as I go. These could be tips that I want to emphasize that I've learned throughout my 3-year journey, coming up on 4 years. Yeah, I'm really excited about this series because I feel like we can cover a lot, like what I wish I knew before locking up, what I know now that I've 3 years locked, what I've learned from other creators that are locked, whether hairstyles, whether maintenance, whether products, whether hair accessories. Like, we can really cover a lot in 30 days if I give one tip a day. So let's get into it. Loc tip number 1, palm rolling is your friend. I want to talk about frizz. I feel like, and I've gotten questions like this before where people are like, oh, how do I get rid of my frizz? How do I tame my frizz? Should I trim my frizz? No. Absolutely not, under any circumstances should you ever trim your frizz in your lock journey. I know that frizz is really excessive in the beginning stages because your hair is still being manipulated and still trying to form correctly, but that is the journey of your starter stages. For me, when I was in my starter stages, I did a lot of palm rolling. Every time I washed my hair, even if I didn't retwist it, I would palm roll my ends so that they knew where to form, because when you palm roll, you help your lock to continue to form. Since you are manipulating your hair into growing in one box where your lock is, your hair isn't just going to automatically know, okay, this is where I'm supposed to grow. So you have to continue to, that's why we retwist, to continue to retwist and palm roll. And palm rolling also helps your budding. So when you're in your budding stages, it helps to kind of tame the budding or flatten the budding so that the lock forms straight instead of with all these bumps. Of course, sometimes it's unavoidable. Like, my hair is loose and really curly, and no matter how much I palm rolled, I still even have to this day like some bumpy locks. But I love that. You have to learn to embrace your imperfections with your locks. Locks are about showing up as you are and loving your imperfections. This is growing out of your scalp. This is your hair. This is you from my locks are 3 years old. This is me from 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So this is an extension of me, and I have to love every single part of it and my growth. When it comes to your frizz, palm roll, palm roll, palm roll. Palm roll with water and oil, not dry. And your palm rolling is mainly for your ends. If your main concern is your frizz at the top of your hair, then, you know, do what you prefer with that frizz. Some people like retwist often or gel it back. I personally just love to let my frizz loose. I will also include a video on how to palm roll, or link the video of my retwist where I showed you how to palm roll. I personally believe palm rolling is essential for your starter stages. And then once you're in your later stages of your locks, when they're more mature, you won't need to palm roll because your hair will be locked and your hair will know where to grow and it will be manipulated enough. At the end of the day, it is about your mental self-esteem, your mental idea of beauty, which we will also get into on some more tips for that with the mental portion of the lock journey. I also find that palm rolling helps to secure the moisture in your hair because you're really moisturizing it and massaging it into your lock. Of course, it does depend. I started my locks with coils. I highly recommend palm rolling if you started with 2-strand twists. If you started with crocheting, you won't necessarily need to palm roll because, I mean, you're starting with more mature locks. They don't really have to go through those starter stages. You still might get some frizz, but of course if you're crocheting, you might just fix that with a crochet needle. That's where that difference comes in. I still suggest palm rolling because too much crocheting might also cause too much friction, which can cause damage, breakage, thinning. Frizz is your friend. But I think that covers a lot of bases. I don't want to give all my secrets away in one video. So come back for part 2, day 2 lock tips. And let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or any questions that you want me to address with this 30 days of lock tips. See you tomorrow for day 2.